One, what has happened to us in all of these times when we seem to, as humans, have evolved and developed all this technology, and then we get sort of crushed back by either something natural that happens or something mysterious that we don't understand? What's going on with all of those Atlantis and,
Well,
Egypt
it's
and all of
it's
that?
yeah, like I just said, Earth is a reality of cycles. And if you, again, vibrationally connect to a cycle that is more, well, it's time to start over, it's time to clean the slate, it's time to go back to zero, that's what you'll experience. And humanity has been experiencing that for quite some time. These are the lessons of the third density reality cycles, where you reach a certain point, and if you're not real clear, you can't make the leap to the next level. A few people do, a few people can, and they leave that information behind for the next group, the next round, the next class. But it's a planet of classes, it's a planet of graduating. And we have had collectively not a lot of graduating over thousands of years. But now, because of the acceleration of a lot of things, we have the potential for more people to graduate to the next level than ever before because it's been cumulative over time. We've learned those lessons. That's why we suddenly are looking at things like Atlantis and what happened and why were they destroyed, and can we avoid that, and the information they left behind in the temples and pyramids for us to discover. And oh, look, there's information here. Is this information something that we need that can help us not go through a destructive cycle again? Can we mitigate that somehow? Can we learn the lesson of how to continue instead of how to start over again and again, again and again?
Has Bashar ever talked about specifics about why, like why Atlantis failed? Some of the past things of what happened?
Yes, I mean, again, there was apparently a split, kind of like we're experiencing today, into what Edgar Casey referred to as the sons of light and the sons of darkness. So again, there was a lot of negativity that started brewing and growing, and fear-based ideas that started injecting themselves into the society. And so there really became a large split. And I guess to the point where enough of them started becoming more warlike, more conquering, and, starting to take over and all this kind of stuff and doing things they weren't necessarily great for the populace to do, certain experiments and all sorts of stuff. And it just brought about enough that they put themselves on the cycle to ride the wave of destruction that was potentially there for them to experience if they couldn't make the leap. Now, my understanding of what actually happened is a comet struck the Atlantic Ocean and several other spots on its way down to Earth, with bits and pieces of it falling off. But the main chunk hit the Atlantic Ocean and caused a tsunami that wiped Atlantis out. Um, and this is one of the reasons why today we still have the collective memory. And we don't really know why, but we have the collective memory that comets are omens of destruction, right? Everyone, in ancient lore, it's like, oh, there's a comet in the sky, something bad is going to happen. It's a bad omen. That's why, because we still have the collective racial memory that a comet pretty much ended the one of the highest civilizations on the earth. So I think that was ensconced in our genetic memory
Hmm.
to such a traumatic degree that we still retain the actual faint memory of anytime you see a comet, it's like, uh-oh, something negative could happen here. We have to be careful. So it's been rendered down into a superstition, but I think it's actually a racial memory of something that destroyed Atlantis. And it's what was also referred to as the fiery serpent, the feathered serpent, because again, of the tendrils coming off of it. and coming down to earth. So, there's a lot you can sort of suss out from a lot of our legends that do have their basis in truth, but they've morphed and, evolved or devolved into superstition, into legend, into myth.